Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. It's been a couple of weeks since you saw me, as I predicted, because of various things to do with deadlines for work. Plus, we had another heat wave, and I don't cope well in the heat at all. It makes me so lethargic and grumpy and such, and my attention span just goes out the window. So, reading a book would just felt like, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I gave myself an extra week to read the book I'm here to review. The publication, as it were, that I've been working on for months, and using the project that I had created and such, that got completed a few weeks ago, is officially published. So I was like, yay. And I had to take Thursday afternoon, all of Friday and tomorrow off as well, because I had spent so much time working on this project and such. I was at the point where my work was like, yeah, if you don't take this annual leave that you haven't booked up, you're going to lose it. So please take it. So I've had to take off a bit of time, and I'm looking forward actually to not working tomorrow. Today it's cloudy, it's been raining, we're due to have rain throughout the day, and I think throughout tomorrow as well, which is just absolutely glorious to see. You know how I love the rain. And such. So yeah, and after 3 heat waves in a month, it's nice just to have just what feels like back to normal. But anyway, enough about my life and what's been going on. Oh, before I forget, just want to say, if my mum sees this, hi mum, hope you feel better soon. We're every Sunday we get together, and she's not feeling well today, and she does watch my videos from time to time. So Mum, if you're watching this, I hope you feel better soon. But anyway, I'm here to talk about the book I have been reading. Well, technically, it's been 2 weeks since you saw me, but it's been a week since I've started reading The Harrogate Secret by Catherine Cookson. So let's talk about it. Now, in case you're not aware, I have been in love with Catherine Cookson for a couple of years now, maybe a little bit longer. I can't recall. And I got a bunch of her books through my sister donating, because she was clearing out her book collection, and she just had this bag full of Catherine Cookson books, and she was like, well, if you want them, you can have them. So she gave me those, and then I picked up through like birthdays and Christmases, picked up various other books, and one of them is The Harrogate Secret. And I've just been making my way through the Catherine Cookson books that I've got, and I want to emphasize the ones that I've got, because I have about like 30 or something, and she wrote over 100 books in her life and time. And she first started writing when she was about 40, and she wrote pretty much up to her death when she was 91. So yeah, over 5 decades she wrote over 100 books. She was an incredible woman. And so yeah, I've been making my way through the collection, and this time is over to The Harrogate Secret. I had seen the dramatisation, because this all started with watching a dramatisation of a Catherine Cookson book one Sunday at my mum and dad's, and realising that there were a load of them, and I ended up watching all of them, and then that kicked off getting the books. So The Harrogate Secret, actually, I have a video where I rank all of the dramas from my least favourite to my favourite. And The Harrogate Secret, I haven't rewatched that video, so I might be wrong here, but I think I put it at like number 4 or something. Because yeah, I really enjoyed the drama, but by the time I've gotten around to the book, I couldn't remember details of it. So what is this book actually about? Let's get there. We're like 4.5 minutes in. I haven't said what the book is about. So the book is about a man called Freddie Musgrove. We first meet him when he is 10 years old, and for about 150 pages, he's around that age. 10 to 12, and then it jumps to him being an adult. And Freddie Musgrove has grown up in the north of England in a poor family, but it's a family where everyone just gets along, love each other. Yes, they have their difficulties, but you know, they work together, they're a team unit. And Freddie has a little boat, and because he's a 10-year-old boy, he's a bit of a cocky lad and everything. He finds that he gets the attention of people who want to send goods up and down the river, not necessarily legal goods, but because he's a 10-year-old boy, nobody pays attention to him. So Freddie catches on to this, and he's like, oh, I can make some money here. So he starts doing all of these errands for people, and he gets the attention of a woman called Maggie. Maggie is someone who was from a lower socioeconomic background, like Freddie, who has worked her way up to become a well-respected businesswoman, but she's very, salt of the earth. Because she came from that community, just because she has gained wealth, that doesn't mean she's forgotten where she's come from. And so everyone, regardless of class, really, really respect her in the area. And so she's known Freddie all of his life, and she's like, okay, lad, she comes under the knowledge that he is doing this, and she's like, okay, come on, you have got to stop doing this. You're going to get yourself into trouble with the law. Come live with me. I'll teach you to read, to write, to learn business. I can set you off on a good path, and that money you can send to your family, and do something right by them in a good way, rather than doing illegal things that could put you in prison and take you down a completely bad path. Also in that house is Maggie's, right, the daughter of Maggie's cousins who have died. And so there's this little girl called Belle, and she took Belle in, and so her niece, isn't it? Yes. I always get confused. Or is it twice removed? I can't. Well, I've just explained what it is, so there we go. Please, someone tell me in the comments if I got that right. Was twice removed? But anyway, and so Bella's in that house as well. And as time jumps forward, we've got Freddie as an adult. He likes to do boxing. He's well respected and such. But Belle is getting older, and she is becoming a young woman, and of course she's getting attention from people. And in the process of this, she gets the attention of a certain individual who is linked to Freddie's past, because when he was 10 years old, there was one job that he did for a certain customer where Freddie saw something that he necessarily shouldn't have seen. And so the secret, the Harrogate Secret, seems like is going to be exposed, which could completely destroy his, Belle's and Maggie's world. So there we go. That's the general gist of the story. Now, I have really struggled with ranking the books because at the top, because like A Dinner of Herbs is like god level. It's so good. And then I read not long ago, I think it was right near the end of last year, I read the Malin trilogy, which weirdly was my worst rated drama, and it still is, because they're not great dramas, and they changed the ending of the second book, which completely meant that they couldn't adapt the third one. And the whole point of the book is that that book has to end the way that it ends, and and the dramatist went no, so that's why. But yeah, the Malin trilogy, I was floored by those books. I could not believe how I hated the drama so much, but I loved the book so much. And now it's like, oh my god, are they like level first place? Oh my god, how the hell do I rank this? And then little did I know, the Harrogate Secret was just sat on my bookshelf laughing at me, going, just you wait. And then I start reading it. It's like the Harrogate Secret has just gone to A Dinner of Herbs and the Malin trilogy and go, hold my beer. I cannot believe Catherine wrote this book. I fell head over heels in love with the Harrogate Secret. It had been quite a while since I had seen the drama, so I couldn't remember details of it. But yes, I went into the Harrogate Secret kind of vaguely remember, but not all the details. Because the thing is with Catherine's books, they are quite complex. You've got so many characters, so many connections and intertwining things. And when you've got there's 20 dramas or something, plus I've been reading various books and such, it's very easy to forget certain things that happen in certain stories. So in a way, I was kind of blind in this story of where it was going to go, and I fell head over heels in love with this. Not only is it completely rich with wonderful characters, fantastic locations, great plot devices, she breaks her own conventions in this book. So when certain things started happening and I'm like, oh, okay, so that's going to go to that, so that, Catherine went, no, and just completely pulled the rug out from under me. And I was like, Jesus Christ, where did that come from? Oh my God. But I have to say, and I'm going to say it, Freddie Musgrove is the best male protagonist of her books that I have read so far. Really want to emphasize that, of what I've read so far, is her best male protagonist she's ever written. Oh my God, Freddie is incredible. I'm not one to, do the book boyfriend, book husband thing. The only time I've ever done that is for one. And that was, when did I read it? Maybe about 4 years ago or something. I'd have to look back to confirm. But when I read A Discovery of Witches, I fell head over heels in love with Gallowglass. And I was like, oh my God, he's my book husband. He is my book husband. I would never, I'm not a person who's like, I have a list of all the book husbands and book boyfriends I would ever have. No, I'm not that person. But Gallowglass just appeared and I was like, oh my God, I just fell head over heels in love with him. And now Freddie Musgrave has walked through the door and I'm like, damn. Freddie is a beautiful soul. He loves his family. He adores Maggie. He knows what is good and what is bad. He can sniff out a bad egg. He is so genuine and so pure and so protective of his family. He will die to protect his family. He will do anything that he has to do. And even though he is a man, as I said, he was a former criminal in his childhood, that he has reformed himself and he has got this well-respected life and such as a businessman. He knows that if needed, he will revert back. He will do whatever it takes. I adore his relationship with his sister. Oh my God, that is so good to her, and his other siblings and his parents, It's really interesting that in other books that Catherine doesn't necessarily give the protagonist the nicest family, or she completely takes the family out of the equation. Not in all cases. I mean, the 15 Streets, for example, is a really good one, where, again, is a male protagonist, and everyone in his family, his relationships with his family are wonderful, apart from his brother. His brother's the bad egg, the bad seed. But other than that, everyone is just so wonderful. And to have Freddie, we see clearly that he has had a good upbringing, and he's so well loved by everyone. It was great. It was wonderful to have that. As I said, Catherine was breaking her own convention straight away, and other events that happen in the course of the book and the drama that you would expect, oh, okay, so she's going to do X, Y, Z. She goes, no, and completely changes it. I am speculating here but I really strongly think this is the case, that Freddie is actually based off Catherine's husband, Tom. Now, this was written in, published in 1988, and she wrote it over the previous couple of years. So she was writing it in 86 when I was born. I like that connection. Her love for Tom was just so beautiful, so stunning. I just loved them as this wonderful support unit to each other, and that's why the Harrogate Secret, if you read the book or if you watch the drama, you'll see that Freddie has this thing about clutching those close to him, even as a hug, but also, just generally being close to people. It's very, very important to him. It's the way that he shows his love, the way that he protects and such. And so I feel like you can feel the warmth that comes from him. You can understand exactly where he's coming from. He's got such a good heart and a wonderful soul, and that's why I feel like when I was reading him, I could feel him. I could feel his soul. I felt that warmth through the pages, and every time he took Belle in his arms, I was like, oh my god, I'm melting. So the fact that I think it's just that thing that because Catherine felt that so much from Tom throughout their multiple decades together, I just feel like Freddie is Tom. I really, really do. I've never felt that way about a male character or male protagonist, but a male character in general in the books that Catherine has written that I've read so far. And I think that is a wonderful thing. It's almost like she waited until the time was right to bring Tom into her writing. I'm sure she's referenced him throughout her other books, but I feel like because of that sustained feeling of warmth and protection and connection in this book, that's why I feel like this is Tom. And this was 10 years before they died. Catherine died aged 91 in 1998, and Tom died 12 days later. And the reason for his death was never released, so we don't know what he died from. But given that Catherine was his world and he was really shook by her death, even in their 90s, I think he probably died of a broken heart. That's my feeling of it. But the way, if I'm right about this, that Freddie is Tom, she has immortalized him in a stunning character, an absolutely glorious protagonist, and it's a truly beautiful story as well. Like characters who, as I said, she breaks her convention. Like characters who you expect would be the bad people are not. The people, she kind of tricks you into who the person who turns out to be the bad person. She kind of tricks you into believing that they are not, and it just slowly, the dial slowly starts to turn, and then you see it when it's too late. As I said, she breaks other conventions as well. That all in all, this book is about, well, secrets, obviously, but figuring out who you are, what is important to you, that protection, that love, that undying love that you can share with someone. Just, it is a beautiful book about life. And I adored it. And that's why I'm like, oh my God, I've now got to, where do I rank this? Because A Dinner of Herbs, as I said, it's like God level. And then this is just like, blown my mind. I can't. Oh my God, I don't know how to rank this. I really, really don't. This is so good. I adored it. I'm going to have to think about this with the ranking and such. Now, as I said, the drama, very, very much recommend. It's called The Secret. The book is called The Harrogate Secret, but the drama is just called The Secret. Thinking back over, I'd have to rewatch the drama, but I don't think the script actually refers to Harrogate at any point. So maybe that's why they're like, why would we refer to Harrogate when we don't actually refer to Harrogate in the script? So that's all I can think of. But if you do want to look into it, it's called The Secret. And just so you're aware, because my bestie Sarah, mine and my sister's Bessie, hey Sarah, is in America, and she looked it up and she found it on Tubi. And there was several Catherine Cookson dramas there. So, and apparently that's free in America. So yeah, so if you're overseas and you have access to that, then you can find it there. And here in the UK, if you go on then you can find, again, several of the Catherine Cookson dramas there as well, including The Secret. So yeah, I really, really love the drama. I think it's great. Yes, they have changed some things, and the ending they changed as well, but by the ending, what I mean, and this will make sense when you watch it, the bit near the end on the roof, what in the book, the stuff up to that point happens. Freddie takes Belle away, and then we have a bit of calm, and then all of that thing with the roof then kicks off in a different location. Whereas the screenwriter's gone, actually, it'd be better if it just happens there. So they just smush those two together. So it's like, okay, so it's not like earth-shattering, the changes, but yeah, I completely get why the screenwriter wrote what they wrote, and it makes sense. And obviously then for filming locations, it means that they didn't have to shoot extra scenes, so there we go. But yeah, it's really well put together, it's well paced, it's well dramatized. All the Catherine Cookson ones are actually well dramatized, as in the adaptation. But the Mullen trilogy, the dramas from the 70s, not great, not well put together. But yeah, the actual adapting of the story for television, they're all well done. They don't like completely just take the title, the characters' names, and throw away the book and rewrite the whole thing, if you see what I mean. But yeah, it's from 2000. I would recommend it. I think it's a great drama, and as I said, I just adore Freddie so much, and his relationship with Belle and Maggie. Maggie is wonderful, and I think all of the cast played those characters very, very well. It was so well put together. I really, really enjoyed it. So those are my thoughts on The Harrogate Secret, and I really have to think now about the ranking. And I'm sorry, can I just give a shout out to the cover designer? Oh my God, I love it. So obviously an anchor because of the boat and everything, and links to the secret, but also the thing that anchors them together is a secret, but also anchor being that thing of solid, something solid and sturdy, like Freddie's love for everyone, for his family, for Belle. Oh my God, it's so many things. And then the rope that becomes a heart. I'm just like, oh my God, it's killing me. But anyway, so those are my thoughts on The Harrogate Secret by Catherine Cookson. It's time to ask my questions. Would I read this again? Yes, 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 yes. Oh God, in less than a heartbeat, I want to go back and relive the story with Freddie and Belle and Maggie and everyone. I loved it so much. Would I recommend this to anyone? Yes, definitely. If someone was wanting to read a Catherine Cookson, I have to say you have to read The Harrogate Secret. I mean, I would with like any of the books anyway, but like somebody's asked me previously, who I've replied to in another video, for a first Catherine Cookson book, what would it be? And I gave a few options, and now I'm going to say The Harrogate Secret, definitely. Would I read any more Catherine's work? Well, of course, I've still got like 5 or 6 of them to go. So yeah, and then I'll be done, and I'm going to have to find some more. But yeah, oh God, this completely melted into my heart, my soul, my everything. I loved it. Oh, so those are my thoughts on The Harrogate Secret. If you read this book, I'd love to know what you think. Leave a comment in the comments box below. You can thumbs up, thumbs down, tag to your lucky side. And I'd like my thoughts on my next book, which I've gone and left over there, which I'm really annoyed, so I can't pick it up and show you it. But it's another Catherine Cookson book, and it is The Black Candle. So I will be back with my thoughts on that as soon as I'm done. All right then, everyone. Bye.